Tonight at 5, an increase in bike thefts throughout the Madison area, how you can avoid becoming a victim.
Plus, how a looming government shutdown could impact federal workers here in Wisconsin. One woman shares her story.
And we're following a group of local doctors who are getting ready to make a life-saving trip to Guatemala. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. And breaking in the last hour, Wisconsin corn plant Diddy and Milling has agreed to a plea deal in connection with that 2017 explosion that left 5 workers dead.
The company is pleading guilty to federal charges that employees falsified records in the years leading up to the blast. The deal means the company will pay a $1 million fine and $10.2 million to the estates of each worker who was killed. The company also has agreed to a 5-year probation and must allow federal inspectors to visit the mill without advance notice up to twice a year. You can read more about the plea deal right now on channel3000.com.
And Riley Didion, Chief Executive Officer of Didion Milling, Inc., released a statement saying, quote, "With this agreement in place, we can devote our full attention to serving our team, community, farmers, and customers with the highest standards of safety and quality."
Bicycle owners say they're spinning their wheels while thieves are stealing their rides.
Madison police are looking at case after case of bike thefts, and the numbers keep getting higher. Brady Mallory joins us now with a woman's personal story about her kids' bikes and advice to avoid becoming a victim. Brady?
Well, some of you might be saying, hey, that's not a problem. I lock my bike. That's not stopping thieves from getting away with the goods. That's exactly what happened to Liz Windsor. Now, some individuals stole 3 bikes belonging to her children, including one that was locked. That was just in a little more than a month's time. She got one of them back, but it's still heartbreaking for her.
You know, we're not the family that takes our bikes on road trips. That's not us. We don't do huge bike rides, but getting around where we live, heck yeah, that's who we are. So it's been tough. I mean, we still don't have a bike for one of our kids.
Well, she's not alone. Patrol Officer Carlin Becker says it's an increasing trend. Now, thieves have stolen $330,000 worth of bikes this year, and that's not even counting the crimes this month. That's a lot of bikes. The Isthmus area is the prime target, but they're happening all over the city. So once again, those cable locks, they aren't going to cut it because Becker says someone can easily cut through them.
They are targeting the ones that just have cable locks. So they're often, riding around on a bike that's probably already stolen. And they've got bolt cutters in the backpack, and they just go looking for bikes.
Well, now you may be asking, what can I do to protect my bike? Becker says, if possible, store them inside. If not, she recommends spending a little extra money on a stronger U-lock. She also says register your bike's serial number on bikeindex.org. Now, doing so can increase your chances of getting it back.
All right, Brady, thank you. Fall has officially begun, but we'll have another taste of summer this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio with more details. Gary.
First thing we're going to do is get rid of the clouds. I thought they'd be gone by now, but for the most part, they've hung tough and have kept temperatures down a little bit. But tomorrow they should be gone, and we'll see warmer conditions. The live view from the Madison WISC-TV sky cam shows mostly cloudy skies here, but notice out to the west, Platteville getting a little sunshine there, and that's making a difference in temperatures, at least over southwestern Wisconsin. Visible cloud track shows the clouds kind of eroding from the northeast and from the southwest. So with time, those clouds will start to dissipate tonight. But Doppler track shows the rain is gone. Not seeing any rain across Wisconsin or the upper Midwest, and we should stay dry now for a few days. Current temperatures, 65 in Madison, 70 degrees in Janesville. Notice Platteville at 70. It's 70 in Prairie du Chien. They're getting a little sunshine there, but everybody else underneath the cloud cover. Here in Dane County, 68 degrees in Middleton, 67 in Stoughton, and 67 degrees in Wanakee. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening or become partly cloudy as temperatures drop to about 60 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at how much our temperatures will warm up this weekend and if there's any prospects for rain in the future.
Gary, thank you. For 9 months, Christopher Miller's family says they were left in the dark when it came to efforts to find their missing son. Miller first went missing after running from a traffic stop just outside Janesville last November.
Now, for the first time, the Rock County Sheriff's Office is sitting down with our Braden Ross to talk about the investigation. Braden?
Yeah, for months, Miller's family has been outspoken about how they feel law enforcement failed them in this investigation. But we haven't heard much from law enforcement themselves until now. I sat down with the Rock County Sheriff's Office captain in charge of this investigation to get some answers for this family, starting with how they say law enforcement treated them.
You have a family here that feels like they weren't heard, that feels like they were dismissed. What do you say to that?
Rock County has been very transparent in everything that we've done in this investigation. And we understand they're grieving, and that's where we're at.
Miller's body was found 9 months after he first went missing in a vacant house 6 miles away. I had a lot more tough questions for Sheriff Thompson. You can watch the full investigation right here on News 3 Now tonight at 10.
We will see you at 10, Braden. Thank you. Dane County Sheriff's officials are reminding drivers not to pull over in the flex lane when being stopped on the Beltline. Yesterday, a deputy tried to make a traffic stop, and the driver pulled over in the flex lane, which was open at the time. Officials say stopping there is dangerous and illegal. State law requires drivers to pull over onto the right shoulder. Bow hunting season is in full swing. Gun deer season just around the corner. So the DNR wants to remind hunters they can help slow the spread of chronic wasting disease. CWD is a deadly neurological illness that affects North American deer, elk, and moose. The DNR says baiting and feeding deer is a risk factor that could increase the spread of CWD, so they encourage hunters not to do that. They also want hunters testing their deer and want any deer butcher waste to be disposed of in a landfill. To see where CWD has been reported in the state, you can look for an interactive map on the DNR website. Federal lawmakers only have 3 more days to pass a spending bill and avoid a government shutdown. If an agreement isn't reached, millions of federal workers would stop getting paid. But what is the impact for those workers in the Madison area? Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with one and shares their story. Will?
Well, Eric and Susan, there are about 8 dozen, or more than a couple dozen actually, federal employees that work here at the Social Security Administration building right here in Madison. And many of them would be expected to remain working during the federal government shutdown. That's because they are deemed essential workers. They work without pay during the shutdown and get paid when the government opens back up. That can lead to some financial stress, says Jessica LaPointe, a federal employee who works with the Federal Employee Union.
It's stressful. There's a lot of pressure right now to really sit down and look at the finances to figure out what is on auto withdrawal in your bank account, to stopping things like your mortgage being auto withdrawn, your car payment if there's not enough funds.
Now, she says she's still hopeful that a resolution can be reached before the Saturday deadline, but that will all depend on Congress. And we'll have more coming up at 6 from our conversation and how this shutdown will impact federal employees right here in Madison. Reporting from Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now. All right, Will, thank you. Tonight, the Packers are facing off against divisional rival Detroit. It's a battle for first place in the NFC North, but you won't be able to watch it without an Amazon Prime account in the Madison TV market. Amazon has exclusive rights to Thursday night football games. A monthly subscription is $14.99. A yearly subscription to Amazon Prime is $139. Now, if you haven't been an Amazon Prime subscriber in the last 12 months, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial. Kickoff for the game set for 7:15. It's at Lambeau Field. This weekend, billions of dollars in child care pandemic aid is set to expire. And that means starting next week, parents could find themselves without child care. Mike Valerio explains.
I worry what's going to happen to those moms now, specifically the single parents.
Delisa Ubreu, a single mother of 2, had to leave her job to take care of her kids during the pandemic. Now she worries she may have to do the same thing again because historic federal funding for childcare expires this weekend. Meaning childcare costs could soar, and supporters of the funding say daycares could be forced to close.
I lose sleep over it. It's a constant worry.
This weekend, we'll see the expiration of a $24 billion federal COVID-19 pandemic support program, funding that helped childcare providers stay afloat and help to make daycare more affordable. Mom Alex McGann says even with the federal help, care for her daughter was still too expensive.
After running all the numbers and assessing all of our options, we realized that we would probably be losing money if we did send her to daycare.
According to the Century Foundation, a progressive think tank, when federal support expires, more than 70,000 childcare programs are projected to close nationwide, and more than 3 million children could be at risk of losing access to care.
If mamas and daddies can't get care for their babies, they can't go to work.
There is bipartisan support to extend childcare funding. The main issue, how to pay for it.
Do we raise taxes? Do we just borrow it? I mean, we are running big deficits, and deficits do matter.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Respiratory illness season is fast approaching, and new data shows many Americans are not planning to get flu, RSV, or COVID vaccines this year. A new survey from the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases shows 65% of adults know that vaccination is the best way to prevent flu hospitalizations and deaths, but 43% say they don't plan to, nor are they sure they'll even get vaccinated. Only 40% plan to get the new updated COVID vaccine and the RSV shot if they are over 60.
28% of U.S. adults who are at higher risk for flu-related complications said they were not planning to get vaccinated this season. To us in this business, that is worrisome.
The last flu season was moderately severe, with cases returning to pre-pandemic levels. That accounted for 31 million illnesses and 360,000 hospitalizations. Actor Michael Gambon, best known for playing Hogwarts headmaster Albus Dumbledore in 6 of the Harry Potter movies, has passed away. Gambon's family released a statement saying the actor died peacefully in a hospital after a battle with pneumonia. Gambon had an extensive career in television, film, and radio work. He won several Best Actor awards from the British Academy of Television and was nominated for 2 Emmys. Gambon was 82 years old. Next at 5, Gary has more on a sunny weekend ahead.
Plus, local healthcare workers are heading to Guatemala. We'll take a closer look at their mission coming up.
And Thursday, trading at Wall Street, the Dow regains some ground with a 116-point jump. The Nasdaq adds 108.5. S&P up 25. We'll be right back.
At Revamp, we transform your old beat-up concrete from this to this in one day. We grind down the concrete to open up the pores for a perfect bond. Then we repair all cracks and apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. On top of all that, our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating from any of our Revamp brands, you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. And when you call during this program, you'll also get up to 10 carbon fiber concrete stitches free, which help reinforce cracks and stop them from spreading. A $350 value for free.
South Central Wisconsin homeowners, pick up the phone. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since the Grace Supportive Care came to see me. They're taking the time to listen and talk about options for feeling better.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
When you're able to connect your finances and your gifts of giving and time and talent, it really helps fulfill my desire to be part of a greater good.
Meeting's in 20. I'm fine, I'll follow the GPS.
Turn left here.
Oh, can't be.
Proceed along the route.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprint certain?
Arrived.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of ordering items from the promotional product professionals at 4imprint.
Arrived.
To show your appreciation to clients, coworkers, and customers, make your destination 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Coming up on News 3 Now, we'll dive into the potential impacts on Wisconsinites in the shadow of a looming government shutdown.
Hear from a social worker about the far-reaching consequences for families across the state tonight at 6.
He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County. Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away. What happened to Christopher Miller? News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
Tonight at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The city of Madison has been named the most neighborly city in America. Neighbor.com ranked the city based on charitable donations and volunteer work. Low crime rates, popular popular change and voter turnout. The city also ranked high for outdoor recreation, great restaurants, and having the largest producer-only farmers market in the country. Madison was the only Wisconsin city to crack the top 25, passing Minneapolis, Colorado Springs, and Sarasota.
Getting a gallbladder removed, a tracheotomy, there are procedures most American patients can expect to be taken care of quickly. But imagine waiting as long as 20 years to get them done.
Well, that's what some people living in Guatemala have to endure. But some healthcare workers from Madison have been providing some relief traveling there on mission trips. Armand Rahman caught up with 2 SSM Health nurses before they embark on one of those life-saving trips this weekend. Armand?
Eric and Susan, according to U.S. government data, 35% of Guatemala's population lacks basic health and nutrition services. So these 2 RNs I talked to are part of a team seeing patients that travel up to 10 hours by bus to get surgeries that otherwise wouldn't be available to them.
It was really eye-opening the first year I went.
One woman, Becky Meinholz, treated in Guatemala last year, still sticks with her.
You know, it still gives me goosebumps, you know, because you don't think about that when you're here. You know, people will come to the ER with a gallbladder and they get it out that same day. And she lived through life for 20 years, you know, waiting to get this gallbladder out.
She and Lauren Mahoon are circulating nurses at SSM Health who travel to the country with the sole desire of wanting to help.
I do take a week of my own vacation and I pay for this trip myself.
But it's far from a vacation. The team of healthcare workers perform 15 to 20 surgeries a day for 4 days.
We have a motto when we're there. It's adapt and overcome.
What we may take for granted as bare necessities are rare luxuries there.
Like having pillows on our beds or having ice packs that we can fill. They don't have those very basic necessities, so you have to kind of troubleshoot and be creative in the ways that you take care of them, and it's so nice to see that they are so thankful for the basics.
With interpreters on hand, language isn't a huge barrier, but they've picked up a thing or two.
Un poquito español.
We do both know basic, some medical Spanish.
Lauren met a man in his 20s who was attacked, had his throat slit, and needed to replace his breathing tube to continue providing for his family.
So at his young age, he was having difficulty even walking up and down the stairs, and it was just such an experience to know that he could just be able to breathe.
When patients breathe sighs of relief, it reinvigorates Becky and Lauren, too.
It fills our bucket for the year. It really does. Brings us back to what nursing's all about.
And the team leaves Saturday morning and will set up the hospital and start triaging on Sunday. News 3 Now is helping them document this trip and will bring you exclusive updates in the morning and on Live at 4 starting on Monday.
Look forward to hearing more. Armand, thank you. The House Oversight Committee holds its first hearing into whether President Biden should face impeachment charges. Predictably a highly partisan affair. Republicans allege the Biden family received millions of dollars in foreign money through Hunter Biden's business dealings. And when the Department of Justice began investigating, they say President Biden tried to protect his son.
House Oversight Committee will examine over 24 pieces of evidence revealing Joe Biden's corruption and abuse of public office.
The committee has received 12,000 pages of bank records. Here they are, right in front of us, printed double-sided, and not a single page shows a dime going to President Joe Biden.
Well, the committee intends to subpoena Hunter Biden and the president's personal and business bank records as early as this week.
Well, it's been 1 year since Hurricane Ian lashed southwest Florida, blamed for more than 150 deaths in the U.S. and more than $112 billion in damage. Rebuilding after Florida's costliest hurricane has been slow and frustrating for many who are still waiting for relief money, insurance payouts, and working utilities. In places like Fort Myers Beach, piles of debris still line city streets. And Gary's here now. You're taking a look at what's currently cooking in the Atlantic right now.
Well, think about this. You know, last year we had Hurricane Ian at this time, so we were up to letter I in the alphabet. Right now we're at P and R. We have Tropical Storm Philippe and Tropical Storm Rena in the Atlantic Ocean. The good news is the forecast tracks will take these east of Bermuda and back out into the middle part of the Atlantic Ocean, so that will keep them away from the United States. Although the southeastern part of the country, which is in a drought, especially down near the Gulf Coast, they could actually use some tropical moisture. They get about a third of their moisture for the year from tropical weather systems. And as you can see, the peak of tropical hurricane season is the early part of September. We're now toward the latter part of September, but still we maintain a fairly good number of tropical storms and hurricanes before we get to the latter part of October, and then those numbers drop off. But they still are above zero as we head into November. Last year, Nicole was the last storm, and that was actually in early November. Around here, the last 7 days, we've gotten some good soaking rain. Some areas probably a little too much, but everybody in the blue has gotten at least an inch of rain. You get into the reds and you start seeing 3 and 4 inch amounts, especially from just south of Madison and Dane County all the way to southwestern Wisconsin around Platteville. Some 4 to 5, maybe 6 or 7 inch amounts in some local spots. Fortunately, we haven't had any problems with widespread flooding because the ground has just been so dry. A lot of that is getting absorbed and the river levels are low, so a lot of that can run off pretty easily. And Doppler track right now, finally, free of precipitation across Wisconsin, and we're going to stay dry for the next few days. U.S. Drought Monitor has been updated. We're out of the extreme drought, still severe drought over toward La Crosse, moderate drought north and west of Madison, and then, or moderate drought east of Madison, severe drought, and then extreme drought there. So it was the exceptional drought. That's still over parts of eastern Iowa, but we'll widen out the view, and you can see, again, along the Gulf Coast, that area could use some rain, and there doesn't seem to be anything, at least in the immediate offing for the Gulf Coast region. The 6 to 10 day or 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook now calling for below normal precipitation through much of the country, especially the northern part of the country, with above normal temperatures to the south and to the west. But as we take a look at 3 things you need to know for us, after some fog tonight, we're looking at dry weather through next Tuesday and also a warm up. Look for high temperatures to be in the lower 80s beginning Saturday and probably lasting until Tuesday of next week. Planning your night across Dane County. Look for some patchy fog overnight. Low 56 in Mount Vernon, 56 in DeForest, 55 for the low in Marshall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 55 in Janesville, 57 Monroe, and 55 in Baraboo as skies clear out overnight. For tomorrow, look for a high of 76 with partly sunny skies, so a little milder than today. Getting that sun back will make a big difference. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Sunny skies, 82 both Saturday and Sunday. Monday, sunny and 80, and on Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 80. Now, Wednesday, we'll see some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms with a high of 76, or at least chances for it, but that is followed by a cold front. And notice temperatures now, we've got them dropping back to around 60 by next weekend, which is the Badger homecoming game. So it'll be a little cooler for that, but the good news is the chances for rain have gone down, and it looks like just slight chances for rain late next week. In first warn traffic right now, we've got some delays now on the Beltline. It looks like eastbound around Monona Drive, and it looks like an accident westbound right around Fish Hatchery Road. Right now, the travel time's a little higher on the westbound Beltline, 19 minutes, 16 minutes eastbound between University Avenue and the interstate, but those numbers will go up with time. 23 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990, 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, and heading outbound from downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 18 minutes. That's your news for now. First Horn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Coming up, thousands are flocking to France on the hunt for truffles. How they find the coveted mushrooms after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Update your home with new roofing and siding from Menards, plus get 11% off. Owens Corning shingles offer ultimate protection for your home. Choose from 50 styles to complement with your home's exterior. Get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles. Cedar Creek vinyl siding is low maintenance and built to withstand the elements. Choose from 16 popular color options, all backed with a limited lifetime warranty. Right now, $4.99 a piece after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, wine tours and tastings, of course, are a favorite stop for tourists in France's Burgundy region.
But Riley Carlson shows us now they're coming to learn about another delicacy, truffles.
Tiger may not look like much of a hunting dog, but her finely trained nose is seeking out some very expensive treasure, truffles.
All the breed can be a good truffle dog.
Their keen sense of smell is the key to finding the truffles because they grow below the surface, covered in soil.
You don't know really where are the truffle because truffle are under the ground. If there is truffle, dog will show you where they are.
Huh? Tiger and her handler Nicholas are commercial truffle hunters. They sell what they find.
A truffle is very tough.
But with increasing numbers of tourists interested in how difficult it is to find the delicacy, tours and demonstrations are also becoming a big part of the job.
We were just interested how it's harvested.
Many people try truffle in mustards and oils, which prolongs its shelf life, or simply as a garnish.
I do like truffle, but I do not eat very often because the price.
And that price can be eye-popping. These Burgundy truffles retail for about $480 a pound. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
Luckily, a little goes a long way. Only about a half an ounce is needed when cooking.
We'll have a final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. The Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, making the mattress feel up to 10 degrees cooler. Right now, Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are only $83 per month when you use Steinhafels' 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Follow the GPS.
Continue straight.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprint certain?
Arrived.
Enjoy the certainty of showing your appreciation with the right promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
Who's always behind the scenes helping make safe, regulated childcare possible in Wisconsin? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph. Celebrate the best of Madison in the throwback edition of Madison Magazine. Give it up for our Readers' Poll winners. Crack open a pop culture time capsule and relive the wild days of local radio. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Coming up on News 3 now at 6, Phase 2 of the Lower Yahara River Trail Project has begun. How the plan will increase accessibility. That story and more coming up in 30 minutes. Let's go to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Yeah, lots of clouds out there. I thought we'd have more sunshine, but at least it's not raining. Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam shows at least some sunshine mixed in with the clouds. And temperatures right now mainly in the middle 60s, although Platteville's at 70 because of that sunshine.
All right, Gary, thanks. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.